Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and this is going to be my full review of the new Arrma Talion 6S BLX. This is one of Arrma's newest and fastest vehicles that's on the market. This is basically their 1/8 scale Truggy, and it comes in a full RTR, brushless, top of the line. This thing has lots and lots of power, coupled with some good looks, and it just performs well. So want to go over lots of positives and negatives in this review as far as my personal experience with this vehicle. If you guys are in the market for a 1/8 scale vehicle and you've happened upon Arrma's vehicles, they have basically three kind of truggy, buggy, monster truggy designs. The Kraton being the largest of the three. That is the truggy with monster truck tires, so a lot wider, a lot taller tires. You then have the Talion here, which is called their Speed Truggy, and then down to the Typhon, which is their 1/8 scale buggy version. That is the smallest of the three. What I really like about the Talion is it's kind of like a compromise between those two vehicles. And I've driven the Kraton, I had lots of fun with it, but with the such wide track on the Kraton, the large tires, it was kind of like that puppy dog with the huge paws. You know, it's just big. So I really like the compromise of the Talion with the traditional truggy size wheels and tires, the truggy body. It just looks good. So as far as the performance of it, on the positive sides here, lots of power. I mean, I ran this thing on 6S, and I've got to say that it actually had too much power with the included brushless system that it comes with. I found that running on 4S it was fun, but didn't quite have enough power. I think on 5S, that is the ticket with this Talion. So based on the weight to power ratio, I think 5S would definitely be, just the optimal amount of voltage that this Talion needs. Now on the Kraton, 6S was lots of fun. And then on the Typhon, basically 4S is the ticket. So I think with the weight differences and whatnot, the Talion 5S is the way to go. Another positive here, the looks of it. Look at that thing. You have white, red, blue. That screams patriotic right there for U.S. fans. I really like the looks of this thing. I didn't care for the Kraton's kind of green, animated look to it. The Typhon, I definitely like that one as well, but I think this is my favorite of the three bodies here. The cool thing about the body also is it has these really nice kind of large, vents right here, or not vents, but you can vent this, but kind of directional chambers. So when you're in air, it's going to keep you straight, which is really nice. On down the line here, this kit comes with lots of aluminum, and what I really appreciate about some of the things that Arrma is doing is they're giving you lots of upgrades right out of the box. They're giving you the aluminum chassis, you have aluminum bodied shocks, aluminum shock caps, aluminum top plate here, aluminum shock towers. There's just lots and lots of upgrades that's included right out of the box. So really, really nice design. And it's been proven on the three different vehicles from Arrma. So pretty cool. Now, some of the negatives here, and these are somewhat nitpicky and things that I found in my personal experience with this. This may not happen to yours, but it happened to mine. You need a big track. I ran this on basically a 10 scale track, and I felt myself kind of going out of bounds a lot to try and keep it on the track. So if you want to run this thing, you definitely need a true 1/8 scale or even a 5th scale track to get this thing up and going and really stretch its legs out. So that was my experience with that. Maybe you saw that in my running footage, and towards the beginning of it, it just didn't feel like I can go full throttle and, just really get onto some of those corners and bank them. So that was my experience. As far as the body, I did have a little, hiccup on the body here. You'll see here towards the rear, it's kind of poked out a little bit. And normally that gives you a telltale sign that the chassis might be bent or there might be some other issue, but it was actually very much like that when I got it, and I had almost stretched the body over the body mount. So, take a look at yours. If you happen to have that problem, just you can always cut these out a little bit more, or maybe even adjust your body mounts with some spacers, which is what I did. The last thing here, and this was a complete hiccup, and I've heard issues with the electronics before, but I've never experienced it with all of the Arrma products I've ran. Well, this here is the receiver, and you'll see that it is blown out. It actually shorted, and it caused a little bit of smoke and whatnot to basically stop one of my runs, and there you go. Well, the cool thing about Arrma and Tower Hobbies is they didn't even question it. They literally just said, no problem. They sent me out a brand new receiver, which you see in the vehicle right now, and a new ESC just in case. They didn't want to take any measures of having me not run my car for an extra few days while we kind of troubleshot between the receiver and the ESC. So basically, receivers don't fail unless something else down the line does. So anyways, that was my experience with that electronic piece. Arrma and Tower Hobbies just stepped up and said, you know what? Here you go. Get back on the track and have fun. So I definitely appreciated that. They did not look for any proof of purchase for me. They just said, here you go. So might be the newness of the vehicle, but anyways, they made it right. They got me back on the track here, and I definitely like this Talion. So, well, guys, that is going to be my full review of this Talion 6S BLX. I have had nothing but fun with this thing, and it is just a beast. Nothing is broke outside of that little bobble with the receiver, but all in all, really, really happy with this thing. I really dug the way it was dampened straight from the factory. A little bit of an issue with the Kraton when I first got it, just getting the rear to dampen a little bit better. But all in all, really, really happy with this thing. Well, guys, that is going to be it for the review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. I've had a blast running this thing. I'm going to have links down in the video description of not only the unboxing, but also the running footage of this Talion 6S. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.